it's Elysia, and I'm at the shop doing some production mode, doing some of my favorite things, gripping sideboards. Oh yeah. So if you know me, you know I'm always talking about stability and balance and postural endurance and you know, why do we need all that? Why do I keep talking about that? Well, for me, all of those moves are really functional to what I'm doing in my daily living, and for athletes and for everybody else doing daily living activities. This big old Commando board, I love it! Okay, so when I'm in production mode, I am constantly moving, and especially gripping these big boards, I am reaching out, and I need to have really good postural endurance to make sure that I'm going to be able to last the entire day gripping these boards. There's times where I'm really leaning over to the side with assembly. There's times where I'm also really leaning and moving over when we're silk screening. I'm always in a split stance as well, because it's more efficient than just standing upright and using your back to bend over. So I'm always weight shifting, and if you see me, I do a lot of lunge moves on the boards with the half balls, and that helps simulate what I'm doing here, making sure that I can weight shift forward, have balance, and then also have postural stability to maintain having my arm out for a long day of gripping your boards. So for me, functional training really involves a lot of balance and stability. And if you imagine any other profession where you're doing a lot of manual labor, like landscaping or construction work, or working on the road crews or painters, man, they are so active. They are quite fit to be able to last day in and day out doing a lot of manual labor work like that. But even athletes need a really great balance between your power, your agility, your strength, your stability moves, to be able to last to the entire game and even into overtime. Are you going to be strong well into overtime to help resist and prevent injury? So for a lot of my athletes, they're on the field and they're just tremendously skillful, powerful and strong. However, when they used to see me as I was their athletic trainer, they were lacking that stability portion, and so that's what would happen when they would get injured. So I would focus on the stability portion and then gradually get them back into the power and the strength. And for me, that upper body stability is so important for me to protect my back. These boards are 8 pounds, and I've got to lift that over my head, and at times when I'm using the top racks, you know, I've got to slide that in nice and slow, slide it back out to prevent any damage. The mid-range is okay, but then also I've got to get all the way down to the bottom, and sometimes I'm down into this deep split stance, and I've got to lean forward, and I've got all this weight in front of me pulling on my spine. I've got to hover that in, and then sometimes hover that out all the way with stability. And be able to do that 5 times for each board, because each board gets 2 coats of base and then 3 coats of grip. So it is a lot of work. And also when we start to assemble, oh my gosh, I love it, absolutely love it. But at the same time, you know, we're slinging around 15-pound boards for these commandos, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't have to tell you that. Hold on, there's a helicopter. I like to well round my training. Last night I was on the board with the battle ropes, and I was doing a lot of scapular moves for stability and some strength moves. And then this morning at the park, I was on the board again, and I had bands hooked up to a railing system, and I was just holding my position, really doing a lot of posterior work, because I knew that I really wanted to keep up the strength of my back. So for me, the functional training, the stability and the balance is an absolute necessity to keeping healthy and staying injury free, and then also allowing me to make crazy videos for you. My God. So let me know if stability and endurance training is really applicable for you, because I love hearing your stories and how everybody's training and the very unique training methods and just your lifestyle. It's really interesting to me. Well, these boards aren't going to grip themselves, so I'm going to get back at it. Thanks for hanging out at the Si Boratory. I will see you soon, Si Boarders, and remember, continue to keep on breaking the rules. For more information, check us out at siboards.com and jump into the next generation. What's the shop temp during this heat wave? 98.1. But it's a dry heat, so it actually feels pretty good. It's a dry heat. It's not super humid, so I don't know what it means. It means everything's drying really quick. Production mode. All right, we're out.